Welcome to IGN and GameSpy's E3 2008 webcast, where we are bringing live demos and interviews to you on all of the latest games. First up, we have Resident Evil 5. Capcom's Chris Kramer is here to show off the demo that they've prepared for E3. Now, this is a game that I've been waiting for since I pretty much saw the very first trailer. I'm really excited, but enough talking, let's start the show. Clayman, I'm giving it to you. This is going to be awesome.
All right, thanks a lot, Jess. Chris, in my opinion, this was the coolest thing we saw at the Microsoft press conference. Do you just want to take us into the demo you guys are showing on the floor right now?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had a great time at the Microsoft press conference, and that showed really well. We had a bunch of really major announcements for the title. First off, at the very end, we announced that there's a global simultaneous release for the game coming out in North America and Europe on Friday the 13th, March 2009. So that'll be both on the 360 and the PS3 versions of the game. And also, the really big news is that we have online co-op in Resident Evil 5.
Right, and that's huge.
That is huge. It's literally going to change the entire dynamic of how the Resident Evil games have been played.
Cool. And so the characters that we're seeing right now, we have Chris, and we have a new character, brand new to the series?
Yes, yeah. Sheva Alomar. So she is a new character coming into the series. She works with Chris as part of this new organization called the BSAA, which is a anti-terrorism group dedicated to tracking down and eliminating bioterrorism threats globally.
Great.
So Chris, it's been 10 years since the destruction of Raccoon City in the earlier Resident Evil games. And as you can see, Chris has spent the last 10 years working out. So he's a little buffer than he has been in the past, but he's going to need that because the entire gameplay in Resident Evil 5 is based around cooperative gameplay. And you can see that right now, this version that we're showing is, it's not the online co-op, but if you're not connected to the internet, you're not playing with a buddy, your system is going to fill in and run AI co-op for you. And even at this early stage, we're seeing the AI on Sheva is really, really good. Sheva's smart, she knows what to do. She's a good shot, she knows to come give you assistance, provide cover fire. If you got some nasty gripping on your neck, she'll come and plant one in the back of it. And she'll also heal you if you get close.
Great.
You have a single button on your controller that you can press to also kind of call her and bring her in if you need some additional love as well. So, and the really nice thing is that the two characters can kind of trade items back and forth. If Sheva's got a weapon that you need, you can just bring her over, and the two you can really quickly hot swap items out of your inventory. So you can toss her your shotgun and grab her AK-47 and go wild with it.
So that kind of really helps with the whole inventory system of being able to trade weapons. Gives you a whole nother option, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah, it totally does.
Very cool.
So here you're seeing it's one of the first cutscenes in the game. Chris and Sheva have come to this town in Africa called Kijuju, and they've actually been investigating where the virus has come from that was mutated by the evil Umbrella scientists way back in the original Resident Evil. They've tracked it down to this city, this area of Africa. They've come here only to discover that there's some group that's actually forcibly infecting people who live within the city with this virus, and it's changing them, infecting them. And they're going from normal, everyday, average Joes to horribly mutated murderers. And so, as usual, things are never easy in the Resident Evil world.
And we saw a lot of those attacking on the demo at the Microsoft conference. Various weapons being held by them and coming up to you. Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to kind of give myself a breather. We're in this house. We've been spotted by some of the infected on the outside. I'm going to tell Sheva, actually, to do some work for a change. So I just real quickly gave her an order to move that over.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, it's really cool the way it works. So you actually, you're simulating co-op and you get a buddy as well. So lots of cool things happening in the game. You see we got lots of real-time physics and real particles. Shoot some grapefruits here. Nice. And oh look, you shoot a few grapefruits.
I gotta say, one of the more impressive things that I enjoy is the fact that she does not get in your way.
No, she doesn't.
She does not just stand there.
She's really clever, and if you listen, she's always active behind you. She's running around, she's grabbing ammo, she's moving things around, and she's gonna start taking fire at some of the infected as they're coming through the window right here. You see, she just roundhoused that guy in the face so hard he fell backwards and broke the table. So a lot of interactive environments. One of the really cool things that I like, I don't like surprises. So most of the doors here are destructible. So when you roll up on a door, if you're not sure if there's something inside that's going to eat your face, put a couple rounds through the door. Sheva was calling for help. You saw that icon come up. So you can actually pop a few rounds into the door and actually make yourself a little hole, see what's on the other side. And if there's a nasty there, you can just put another few more rounds right through the hole you just made.
Can you accidentally kill her?
Friendly fire is turned off because that wouldn't be really co-op-y if you were constantly killing your buddy. He's going in for a little sugar right there.
Oh, you can see it coming out of the mouth again.
It's fairly disgusting. Here, I'll let one of these guys. Oh, he's just going to clang me on the head. So now these guys have actually climbed up above and they're starting to drop down on us. Oh, take that.
That's awesome.
Some of these guys, as they get closer, they're actually. Oh, some of these guys, as they get closer, they'll actually grab you. You can see that this virus has started to mutate these villagers to the point where actually the lower half of their faces is hinging open as some sort of horrible John Carpenter experience. Watch, I'll let him get in close. Yeah, he's. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's never on the first date.
That's horrible.
And here's another real problem. As I was talking about earlier, there's destructible environments. This guy, the guy we saw outside in the cutscene, the executioner, he's just decided to come through the wall. He actually just smashed this wall open. So Shev and I are going to make a run for it because, as you can imagine, he's about 9 feet tall, carrying an axe hammer combination that's taller than you are. So he's not a lot of fun. But I'm going to teach him a lesson right here. Take that.
Nice.
So as you can see, there's lots of cool destructible elements in the environments. You can essentially set up traps and kind of help yourself out. Here, I don't want to run just blindly into this door, so I'm going to look and there's nothing inside. So I'm going to give it a little shove, head on in here. And of course, you're always rewarded in the RE games by taking your time and exploring the environment. Running in here not only buys me a breather, also gets me a new toy to play with. So, it's really important. As we kind of built out in Resident Evil 4, inventory and bullet management isn't as crazy. Oops, oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
Not good at all.
You can't die during your own
I know, how bad would that be? But notice, Sheva just healed me. So she just dropped a little spray on me, and I'm feeling much better all of a sudden. That guy is a problem, so I'm going to run out of here so he doesn't get a hold of me. Show you just how expansive some of these environments can be. Although it's really cramped in here and really tight, and there's a lot of twisty turns, there's different areas you can go. I'm going to run up here and try and get some breathing room here and see if I can switch my weapons. Got a new inventory management system right now that we're kind of showing. So Chris can very quickly swap through his weapons on the fly. So I'm going to pull out my shotgun right here and wait for some of these bad guys to come up and look for me. And really, it's what you'd expect.
Nice and powerful.
Yes.
Blew them right off the roof.
Yeah, exactly. That is not a tickle shotgun. Here he comes. He does not like me, and so I'm going to run away. And
you can really see how far back the town goes. This is you were right. It looks a little claustrophobic when you get into the alleyways, but once you went up on the roof, that's a huge.
Yeah, and again, if you look through here, there's all sorts of destructible environments. There's all sorts of things hidden. Oh, you got me again. It's all about getting in there and teaching these guys a lesson, moving on. You've got to figure out what it is exactly, why these people are being infected, what's happening, why are these guys monsters, and who's behind it all. And
I love how they run at you.
Yeah, no, these.
That is because zombies are slow-moving creatures, and these are not. Well, they're sort of.
We saw a lot of the set pieces in the Microsoft conference where you'd have to use teamwork to progress. So those going to be interspersed pretty evenly throughout the game.
Yeah, that's the core dynamic of this game is all about co-op and teamwork. So the majority of the level design and everything you're going to need is going to be based on making sure that you've got a friend to help you. You're going to need to jump out and jump back in and help your partner overcome these obstacles. There are some places where you can't reach yourself,
right?
And that you literally need to give Sheva a hand. When you're playing single player, you'll be playing Chris Redfield, but when you're doing the online co-op, your partner will be able to jump in and take control of Sheva. And it's really, it really does change Resident Evil as a game. Because before, you kind of never had any help. You were always, kind of alone against endless hordes of creatures.
Right.
And for the first time, you've got someone kind of giving you a hand. and actually providing some support. So it's going to change the dynamic not only of how the game is designed, the levels are laid out, but also the way you kind of approach the game.
Now, I hate to cut you guys off, but we're starting to run out of time. Really quick, are there any secrets you want to give us, Chris? Or Claimish, do you want to get him to divulge anything for our awesome viership? You know you want to. You can see it in your face.
I'm like, let's see. How bad do I not want to get fired today? I'd like to come away from E3 with a job, I think. We've got a couple more months ahead of us on the game, and believe me, we have a lot of secrets to divulge and a lot of new stuff to show, and fans of the series are going to be really happy. We're going to be wrapping up a lot of kind of the loose ends throughout the entire series, as well as sort of building out upon sort of the foundations of Resident Evil 4.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Dave?
Thanks a lot for joining us. The game looks great.
Cool.
Yep. Thanks a lot for the demo.
Yep.
No
Thanks
problem.
so much, Chris. And that is going to be a very hard act to follow, but stay tuned. We have some excellent interviews ahead.